morning, everyone, and welcome to the Yarn Girls 67 podcast. I'm super excited to be starting out with my first episode of my yarn journey. My name's Lisa, and you can find me over on Ravelry as Yarn Girls 67, and then also on Instagram as Yarn Girls 67. I'm probably most active on Instagram. I do have a Ravelry page, and I try to post some of my projects. Haven't been really good about that, but I'm getting a lot better in posting my projects over on Ravelry. So today I'm just going to share with you a couple of my finished objects and then some of my works in progress. Probably go into some dream knitting, and if you stick around to the end of the podcast, I am going to have a small giveaway for my first episode. So let's just get started. My first finished object is a cowl. And this cowl is the Round and Round cowl by Kay Litton of the Crazy Sock Lady. Really enjoyed making this cowl. And I just used, minis from some advents that I've got in, actually these probably were advents from 2020. And then some other just random minis that I probably ordered through different dyers that I order from. But really enjoyed this cowl, like the fit of it. And we'll, I'm sure, knit more in the future. So my next finished object and last finished object for today's episode is just a pair of socks. I haven't even finished. I haven't woven in my ends yet for all of it. I did on one. But anyways, this is just a plain vanilla shorty sock, and I used, again, the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks for 9-inch circulars. These were knit on 9-inch circulars. They were knit on my Chow Goose 2.25 US 1 millimeter needle. And the yarn that I used, I don't remember the name. I'll try to remember to link it down below. But this is from a subscription box from Yarnable. I am part of the Yarnable subscription box. I get that each month, and this was one of the months from that Yarnable box. I want to say I got this probably over the summer. For some reason, it's telling me that it was either like ocean. It has something to do with water, because I started knitting right at Shark Week time, I believe. So, but have not worn them yet. So I'm looking forward to getting these blocked and wearing these socks. So that is it, I think, for finished objects. Moving into my works in progress, my first work in progress is one that a lot of you probably have seen from other knitters. And it was the Advent from 2021 from the Cozy Knitter, Christina of the Cozy Knitter. This is her 24 stripe skein of yarn for Advent. And I just got the skein of yarn. I used a random mini that I had in my stash for my cuff and my heel. And as you see, I did not get mine finished because I was casting on lots and lots of other things over the Christmas holiday. I did get the majority of this, was pretty much done over the Christmas holiday, but I just did not keep up because I squirreled and was casting on tons of other things. I am knitting this simultaneously with the other sock. The other sock hasn't seen as much love, so I don't have the heel in the other sock yet, but this week I will put the heel in, and hopefully by the next podcast, this will either be a finished object or I will just have maybe toes to do on both socks. So really like the way this is knitting up. And this is a, let's see if I have the ball band in my bag here. I have this in one of my bags from Knit 1, Stitch 2. This is one of her little bags. Really like that bag. I can put it on my arm and walk around and knit if need be. So this is a 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon is it's her Bliss base. And as I said, it's the 2021 24 stripe skein sock yarn. So really like that. And looking forward to getting those done. So my next work in progress, well, it's actually a hoe. It's a half object because I do have one finished and haven't started the second one, is this sock here. Really, this is not typically my color palette, but I really, really love the way these knit up and like the colors in this. So this is yarn from A Girl in Her Wool. And I also get her mystery skeins each month, and I get the 50-gram skein and then a 20-gram mini. So this actually is 2 different months that I just kind of combined, and I guess it would qualify for Kay's Scrappy Sunday, because I did combine 2 different skeins and kind of make them a little bit on the scrappy side. But love the way these knit up. And I want to say this is like a September and October. It's a September and October 2021 colorway from A Girl in Her Wool. And so I will be casting on, actually I'm casting on the second one today. But this sock actually, I think because the colors just really, really, I was drawn to the colors. I think I finished the sock in like 2 days, which is good for me because I don't typically knit socks that quickly. And this is on a 75-25, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon base. Really, really like this wool. And it knits up really well. So I will hope to get those finished really, really soon. So one of my other whips is a sweater. It's a cardigan that I'm knitting, and I am taking part in the Crazy Cabled Sweater Cowl, which is being hosted by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady and Lindsay of Sock Witchery. And that is being hosted over on, I think, both Instagram and Ravelry. I typically am over in Ravelry, so I will post and look over in Ravelry. But this is the cabled sweater that I am knitting up, and it is called Dolan. Yeah, Dolan is the name of this sweater, and it's a really, really nice cabled, it's actually a cardigan, and it's knit from the bottom up. It's knit in pieces, so I am going to have to seam it. We'll see how that goes, because I've not ever seamed a garment before. So I'm probably going to be reaching out and asking for help and tips on seaming sweaters. I do have a couple of sweater whips going right now, but those are being knit in the round and they're one piece. One actually will be a finished object by my next podcast, so I will hope to share that, and that's a color work, so it's knit top down. So the Dolan is what I am knitting for this cowl, and it's by Thea Coleman over on Baby Cocktails. This is one of her patterns. So really, really enjoying that pattern, and hope to get that going a little bit further along here in the next week or so. However, if you're interested in joining that cowl, it does go on till the 1st of June, so you've got plenty of time to jump in and knit up a cabled sweater. So let's move on here to the next work in progress. I have one of these is finished, and this is also a Girl in Her Wool colorway. This is the, I want to say November. The other one was September and October. This is the November colorway from A Girl in Her Wool. And then I have a random mini that I used from Brazen Stitchery. I got her Advent in 2020, and I got her Advent in 2021, and this is from 2020. It's Peppermint Stick, and this is being, again, 9-inch circulars, 2.25 US 1 needle, and I really, really like this colorway as well. These are probably going to go to my sister when they're done, and then this is the finished one that I have, and I've used the light bulb stitch markers to count the leg before I started the foot. And I did like a 15, this is a 15 round cuff, 2x2 rib cuff. And then I did 20 rounds for my leg, and then started right into the foot, and then finished off with another color from A Girl in Her Wool. This is not a mini. This is a full skein that I have actually that I really, really like. And it's called Dragonfly. So this is that color, and I really, really like this color. So I'm hoping to knit a full pair of socks out of this. And I'll probably use just a different, I'll use a mini for heels, toes, and cuffs, but I should be able to get a decent sized leg sock out of what I will have left, because I'll only use this for the second sock's toe, so it won't take up a lot of yarn at all. So, and then my next work in progress is a pair of socks, and these are for my younger sister. It actually was it was supposed to be a Christmas gift, and I did not get the second sock casted on. So the first sock was done, but did not have the second sock done. So she will get these. I'm actually going to gift these to her this month. So we are, second day of March. So she has a birthday, St. Patty's Day, on the 17th. So I will have the second sock done, and I will give these to her. And this is a pattern by, the designer's name is Irene. I'll have to try to remember to link it below, but the name of the pattern is Get Shorty, or Get Shorty Ribbed Sock. And I did this as a test knit for her. Really, really loved the pattern. And the only thing that I didn't like, really, is the colors. I like them, but this is not really my color palette. It's more my sister's color palette. So after I knit it up, I was like, you know what? I'm going to gift these to her for Christmas, and I just did not get them finished. However, I am going to knit another pair because I really, really like the pattern. I enjoyed knitting it. It's a really good fit. When I tried it on, I was hesitant because I'm like, ooh, this is such a good fit of a sock. But I would prefer it knit in a different color. So I'll knit another pair for me once I'm done with hers. And then I just used a random mini for the toe, and I used a little bit of that same mini for the top of the cuff there. And actually that's a colorway from, I want to say, Miss Babs. It's from Miss Babs. I had it as a, it was a mini, and then I ordered a full skein. So I have a full skein of this, but I do like that color, and I'll use that often for heels, toes, and cuffs. So, but that's the one that's finished. And then I've got the second one on my signature needles, double DPNs, and US 1 2.25 millimeter needles. And this is the second one that's started. So I'm sorry, I've got a bunch of yarn and just strands, so I don't want to lose my place here. But hope to have that done here within the next couple of days, and I will get that in the mail to her so that she will have those for her birthday. So the next sock whip that I have is a pair that I'm doing, and I am doing these 2 at a time, magic loop. And again, just a plain vanilla sock, 2.2 2x2 cuff, rib cuff. And at the top, I just used a random mini that I have. I think that's from a chick that knits. But the yarn that I'm using, which I really, really like, and I love the way it's knitting up, this yarn is from Christy of Yarn Cafe Creations. And this has been in my stash for a long, long time. Been wanting to knit with it, and every time I go to pick it up, I end up seeing something else, and I just start knitting with it. But I really, really like it. I don't even know if she dyes this colorway anymore. I want to say that I probably got that when I was still living in Florida. And it's a 85 superwash merino, 75% nylon. It's her biscotti base, and the colorway is Marry Me. So yeah, 437 yards for 100 grams. But really, really like that colorway. And I'm holding this in my Fringe Supply Co. bag, which they're no longer in business, but really, really like that bag. So I hope to show this a lot of love this week and get more done on these. Wanted to experiment with the 2 at a time. I have done a 2 at a time before, but it just didn't turn out the way I liked it. So I ended up frogging it. So I'm back at 2 at a time to see how this goes, and hopefully I will get this pair done and completed, and I'll be wearing them. So hopefully at some point when I do another podcast, I'll be able to maybe get my leg up there and you will see a pair of finished socks that I did 2 at a time. So I have also gone down the rabbit hole of DK weight socks. So I am now getting some DK weight socks in my DK weight yarn in my stash. And I acquired some right before Christmas, but did not get these on the needles at that time. So this is a DK weight yarn, and it is from Pumpkins and Wool, and it's Peppermint Bark is the name of this colorway, and it's 100% superwash merino, 274 yards for 100 grams, but it's pumpkins and wool, and a really, really soft yarn, like the way it's knitting up. I will say that I don't necessarily love the color, and nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with the color. It's just that, and it's got the pinks in it. I don't know. So I'm going to see what happens once this is knit up. they'll probably end up being one of my favorite pair of socks that I wear around the house. Who knows? So, but I will get these finished in the next couple of weeks. And I am doing these toe up. I think I probably am using the recipe from Crazy Sock Ladies DK socks, and I just flipped it and did it as a toe-up sock to experiment with toe-up socks. I have never knit toe-up socks. I should take that back. I do have a couple of toe-up socks on the needles as whips, but toe-up socks is not something that I typically do. Most of my socks that I have knit and that I wear, because I do have quite a few pair that I've completed in 2021, they were all actually top-down socks. So we will see how that goes, and I'm housing these in my Stolen Minutes bag. And I got this as it was a winter box, I believe, with Mandy's Makings, Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady, and Stolen Minutes did a winter box, and I got that in this came in the winter box. So housing that in that bag. So really, really like that. So I think that's probably about it for today. Really, really excited. A couple of cows that I'm doing, or really it's just, knit-alongs to some degree. I am taking part in the Knits and Pieces Smash That Stash. And then also Carla Knits has Love Your Stash. And Carla Knits is all year long. So it started January 1st. It goes to December 31st. So I have a lot of stash, and I will at some point share that with you. I will probably do a vlog that will just kind of highlight some of my stash that I have, because I do have a lot of stash. And I'm hoping to get through a lot of that in 2022. So I'm not going to say that I won't buy any yarn, because I am going to buy yarn, but I'm truly trying to love and work through my stash. And then I'm also doing some destashing, because I have a lot of yarn, and some of it I probably will not make anything with, and I want it to go to somebody that's going to love it and make things. So I actually did start a shawl for the Shalalalong, which is being hosted by We Share Needles, the girls over at We Share Needles. They're super hilarious. But I did start a shawl for that cow. It ends on the 15th of March. I'm fairly certain I will not have that done, but I did cast on the Cold Pale Moon. It's by Helen Kennedy Designs, and let's see, I do have this is the start that I got to, and this is just a DK weight Cloudborn yarn. Again, something that I had in my stash, because I am trying to love my stash and knit from stash whenever possible. So this is as far as I've gotten on this. So like I said, I don't know that I will have this finished by the 15th, but I'm definitely going to continue to work on it. And it's a slip stitch, it's a slip stitch pattern shawl, a really nice design. And the contrast color that I'm going to use is this purple, also Cloudborn yarn. And I've had this, it's a DK weight yarn. I'm not positive on I want to say this color is like Sheila Heather, And that may be for this, that may be for the beige color. I'm not positive. I don't have the ball band. I had this one ball band and I don't know which one it came off of, but that's going to be the contrast color. Again, my favorite color. So looking forward to, like I said, getting this started and, or getting further going on this, but don't know that I'm going to have it completed by March 15th. But that's okay. I have a shawl that I'll be working on. So, and then last but not least, some things that I would like to, some things I'm looking to do in 2022. I really, really want to learn brioche. And I have watched some of Andrea Mowry's brioche technique videos, and I've watched some others, but I ended up getting this book. I just recently actually got this book, and it's Brioche Knitting for Beginners and Beyond. I've seen quite a few other folks have this on their podcast, and she's got some really, really great patterns in here. So I am going to, I think the first thing I'm going to try, she has a one color brioche hat. It's a bulky weight, so hopefully that will be fairly easy. And then she also has a, she has like a t-shirt. I don't know, what does she call it? She calls it the Mist, I think. It's a 2-color top. And I think that I'm going to try that. So we'll see. It's probably, we'll see. I'm going to try it. So 2-color top. But I'm going to start out with the 1-color brioche hat and see how that works out. And then I will try and venture out to the 2-color top. So last thing, I promised a giveaway for my first episode, and I'm super excited to be able to share this yarn. So I I went down that rabbit hole of the share pairs with Mandy's Makings, which I really, really love her yarn and have really, really enjoyed the share pairs. And I have half of a share pair. I have the other half that I have not started to knit up, but would love to have somebody join me in knitting up whatever we decide to knit up. It could be socks, it could be something else, but I would love to have somebody else join me. And so I am going to be giving away this half of the Mandy's Making share pair, and I will announce the winner in my next episode. This is Old Farm Truck and Worn In Jeans. So, yeah, just looking forward to knitting this up with somebody that comments below. And really any comment will enter you into, I'll just do a random generator. But, comment below what you like, didn't like, what you, what you're knitting on for 2022. Are you using your stash? Any comment will enter you into the giveaway. And I'll be happy to get that out to you and get to know a little bit more about you, and hope we can knit something together and become knitting friends. So please, if you saw anything that you liked today, please smash that like button, subscribe, come back. I'll be back. Until then, guys, happy knitting.